Hello guys, what is up my MSM Gamer 11 fans? Welcome to weekly story number 3. This story is going to be a wee bit different than usual, because, this kind basically I'm going to be talking about how MSM helped me make a really good friend of mine, and he became such a good friend of mine that he's actually my currently only YouTube moderator. Tiger Mations. I'll probably credit him in the description or something. But this is going to be the story on how me and him met. So I remember this was like May. I was at my school, and then my uncle came up to me, or I guess great uncle, and he was like, "Hey, you wanna go to this church camp with my youth group?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." And I talked with my dad about it because my uncle's great uncle sent him the information, and my dad was like, "Oh yeah, sure, why not? But only if we get this like scholarship thing that makes you go for free." So we did it, and I got it, so I ended up going. And then I remember I was like honestly so sad because they would take away your phone, and I wouldn't be able to log on, but I ended up getting my mom to log on my tablet for me while I was gone, so that was fun. But like the first few days, it was alright. It was fun. I liked it. Did the water slide a ton of times there. Like, I would love to go back there. And then it wasn't until Thursday. I want to say Thursday, but it could have been Friday. If it was Thursday, it was Thursday afternoon, but I think it was actually Friday. Hold on. Okay, so I just had to make sure. I texted him, and he thinks it was Thursday. So I'm just going to go with the story, saying that we met Thursday afternoon. So I remember I was swimming in the pool there, and then, he ended up, like, he was there when I was hanging out with my friends and all, and then we somewhat talked, didn't really interact. And then this is maybe, like, midday Thursday, maybe, like, 3 or something. I don't know. It was maybe a little bit after lunch. But, so I went back to my cabin, I used the bathroom, I went through stuff. Or, I might have just went and I continued hanging out with my friend. Well, yeah, I went back to the cabin and I changed. And then I was walking around, and then I seen the same guy sitting down, drawing something. So I wasn't sure if he was lonely or something. So I walked up to him, and I seen that he was actually drawing MSM characters. I wasn't sure at first until I noticed Banjo in particular. I started talking with him, and then I ran back to my cabin, and I got my binder that I started. Not binder, it was a notebook where, on my way there, a couple days before, I started doing, what if, there was a Pokemon region using MSM characters. So I started showing them that, especially the Pentumbra one I really liked, because I really got, started to like that. So then, of course, and then I started telling him about my YouTube channel, I believe, because, the most recent video I did was, Gajoob and Poppet on Cold Island. Very old video, actually. This brings back nostalgia just talking about it. Keep in mind, this is, early June-ish. So, we meet, and then, Friday, if both of our understandings is correct, we, started hanging out, and then, coincidentally, so, basically, in the cabin I was in, it was kind of split in half with, the only thing in between, where, one cabin was here, one cabin was there, and then you go to the back, and there was, a bathroom line, there was cabin, bathroom, and they connected through the bathrooms. I was in this cabin, he was in this cabin. So, we actually kind of, talked that night, and then, it was funny because, he was trying to draw, all of the MSM character, every single monster. And he asked me, what he should do next, Sugar Fam, Celestials, Wobblins. I told him Wobblins, because I really liked Wobblins. So, I noticed, all throughout, Friday, he was, drawing more, me and him were talking. And then, I noticed that, the Friday night, service thing, I could see him from where they were sitting because like his little like group was sitting like over there. I was like way over there, like way over there. But I could still see him, and I always thought it was so funny how you just see him like doodling and adding more. Um, and then we started hanging out again afterwards, and then it was so funny because I like wrote I tore out a sheet of paper from my notebook and I gave him my number, and then Friday night, like right before I was going to sleep, he ran into my side of the cabin. He was like, "Hey, I lost the paper. Give me your number." So I just ended up writing it in his notebook, and then we started like texting, like afterwards. Kept going on and on and on for a while, and basically I started making like Pokemon cards for every single MSM monster, and while I was doing that, I like gave him the app, and then he made one for like his YouTube channel. I'm like, this is before like I even knew what his YouTube channel was, so I was just searching and I looked it up, and then at this time, this is back when my profile picture was still like rare pixelotl, nostalgic times there. So I ended up like started like commenting on some of his videos, and I was like, oh, and then I texted him. I was like, oh, hey, I think I found your YouTube channel, and he sent me pictures of all the comments I got, and he was like, yeah, I can tell. And then we ended up doing all that, and then I believe on my very first premiere I ever did, which was Bug Island Wave 1, he like started doing it, and I was like, you know what, I kind of want him to be my moderator. So I told myself, I was like, if somebody comes on to 5 streams in a row, or premieres or live streams in a row, and then comments on the video after, then they can be a moderator. And so I really wanted him to be moderator, and it was on the 5th one where I was like, I like texted, I was like, hey, what's your favorite on here? Like, because like I wanted him to be it. So ended up getting him to comment it, like without actually texting him. And then I started texting him out. I was like, hey, you're my first moderator. And then like ever since then, like he became my moderator, I became his. But yeah, so that's pretty much the story on how me and Tiger Mations met. Like, subscribe. Another thing is that we're actually really close. And he was going to be the original animator for the movie, but I completely understand that he doesn't really want to do it because at the same time he's also Meatkin and Vincent, aka the main character and the main villain. And besides that, he does like most of like the channel artwork, like for profile picture and the banner that you see. But anyhow, that's gonna wrap it up for this week's story. Comment below what kind of story you would like to see for part 2. Bye.